All right, we just played the party horn. Well done. Now we're going to go ahead and take the reed off and assemble the whole clarinet. Gently loosen the screw just till it's loose. Don't go all the way. And hold the reed on there with one finger. Slide the ligature off. You can set that down. Take the reed off, and we're going to wipe the moisture off of the front and the back very carefully. I like to kind of do this on my pant leg, and I go back on each side, and then I can slide it back into my reed case. If you don't have one of these yet, you can use the case it came in. Just be careful that you're facing the proper way. There's a little kind of an angled tag at the bottom that shows you that this is a proper way to put in the reed. And just slide it in their butt first. Okay, so let's go ahead and take everything apart, put it all back in the case. I'm gonna get my case back out, and we're gonna open it up here. Again, on a flat surface, not on your lap. Okay, I leave my ligature, my mouthpiece like this in my case. So I'm going to just put that back for now. Now, before we put everything together, give it a double check to make sure there's no big error, no damage to the instrument. Make sure your cork is there, okay? Make sure that all of the keys look like they're whole and they're not broken. Make sure nothing's flopping around, and if there's anything you're concerned about, make sure to tell a professional, ask your band teacher, and make sure you get it checked out. Okay, so if you have a new instrument, I bet your corks are pretty dry. We need to grease them up. If they're brand new corks, they're gonna be extremely dry, and you need to grease it every single day for a couple of weeks. And you don't need to put a lot on, just put a little bit. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and do a little bit of greasing. I'm gonna start on the lower joint. Now when I pick up the lower joint, I don't wanna touch any of the long keys. These are meant to be bent, and I don't wanna do that right now. The rods are a little stronger, but again, I don't wanna put pressure on anything I'm not supposed to. So I'm gonna stay away from long keys and from rods. I am gonna put my hands on the body of the instrument, on the thumb rest, that's pretty strong, on posts, those are pretty strong, and I'm just trying to avoid doing any damage that I don't need to do. So I'm gonna go ahead and put some cork grease on the bottom part, go all the way around. I'm making sure I'm not using a ton. I don't have a bunch of excess laying around there, so you don't need to use a bunch. It won't soak in all at once, okay? I'm gonna go to the upper joint. The upper joint, tricky to get under the bridge key right here. You don't need to, it'll self-apply. So we're just gonna go around a little bit, and the rest will take care of itself. I'm gonna go all the way around at the top here. Okay, again on the upper joint, stay away from those long keys. Some of these keys are very long, and it's easy to bend. And what will happen is students will bend them, or I will even bend them by accident, and I won't notice it until it won't play. And then it's like, oh, what happened? So just be really careful. Okay, and then the mouthpiece, if you didn't already grease it, you might need to add some cork grease. Okie dokie, so go ahead and set that down. Make sure your hands are clean. If you got grease on them, go wash up. Now we're gonna start with the lower joint, okay? So I'm gonna pick up the lower joint, being careful. I like to set the lower joint on my left hand, putting the thumb rest between the saddle of my thumb and my first finger. That way I can push down on these keys. I got a good grip. I'm gonna next take the bell and attach it to the lower joint with a lot of twisting. Some of you, this is gonna be very hard, and if you feel like you're muscling it together, go get an adult to help you so that you don't break or bend these keys. Okay, next is a tricky part. I like this part, but it is a little bit tricky. Go ahead and switch hands, put this in the right hand. We're gonna grab our upper joint. And before we connect these, I want you to notice there is a key right here that looks like it has part of it missing. This key right here is going to complete that missing part. This is called the bridge key. And it connects the keys on the top joint to the keys on the lower joint. It's really cool. So before we connect these two, we need to raise the bridge. So go ahead, put your finger right there, raise the bridge up, and it's going to give you more clearance between this tenon and this bridge key. So go ahead and lift it up, and we're going to put it in. And I like lots of twisting. If this is hard right here and you're stuck right here, whoa, time for more cork grease. If it just pops together, then that's probably not good. You probably need some more cork, a new cork. What you want is just for it to come in with a little bit of effort, kind of like you're squeezing it in. And then my bridge is properly lined up. Okay, so next I'm ready for my barrel. I'm gonna pop that on to the top tenon right here, and then my mouthpiece. Okay, and that's how you assemble your clarinet.